Kevin Owens finally getting the answers he seeks. The challenger coming to the aid of the champion, whether she wanted it or not. Well, there you have it. Next week, Skull and Ambrose. The winner goes to Fastlane for the Switchblades title. It will be Ricochet versus Ibushi at Fastlane. If Ricochet wins, Ibushi must join the Saviors. Finn Balor, CM Punk. Fale is here. Go to sleep to the underboss. Gotta be AJ Styles. Assaulting Balor. Styles clash on the outside to Balor. Finn Balor will not be added to that title contest. And there is only one thing to blame for it. And that is the originals. Hello everyone and welcome to Smackdown Live. We are close now to Fastlane. Just 2 episodes of Smackdown Live remain before we make it to that pay-per-view event. We are here tonight in Albany, New York, what promises to be another big night of Smackdown Live action. Plenty to get to here this evening. Oh my! We started backstage. Mojo Rawley taking a steel chair to Kevin Owens. Rawley was supposed to start the show by explaining his actions, but before getting to that, he's taken a chair and bashed Kevin Owens around with it. Rawley making his way towards the ring now. Already, this Albany crowd is displeased with him, and you can hear it as well. Finally, we're going to get an answer from Mojo. Crossed a friend. Mojo coming to the aid of someone who he's not naming, but simply just calling his friend in this matter. It's a bit of a sick side of Mojo there. He's taken pleasure in dismantling Kevin Owens. Well, he hasn't done a good enough job because Owens is still on his feet here. And Owens more than glad to tell Mojo he's not the only enemy he's made in his time. Owens, though, is only wanting his hands on Mojo right now. Says he has friends as well, and here they come! Sami Zayn! Zayn through the crowd, into the ring! And taking apart Mojo in the corner. A overkick kick by Zayn. Zayn has arrived on Smackdown Live. And there is the warning from Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens isn't alone any longer. So huge news there from Kevin Owens, direct from the desk of Christian James. Kevin Owens will finally get his chance at revenge. He will finally get his hands on Mojo Rawley at Fastlane. Well, we've already kicked off in pretty big ways here tonight, but we'll end it in pretty big ways as well. The #1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship is up for grabs. Dean Ambrose and Marty Scurll to meet one-on-one. Who will face Jay White for that title? Comes at the end of the evening, of course. We start this evening with none other than the Blackheart in the Bank himself, Tommaso Ciampa, making his way out towards the ring this evening. Plenty already having come away on Smackdown Live, and the chief question will be, who in the hell did Mojo Rawley allude to as his friend that he's looking out for? That he's supporting, that he's doing that friend's business for against Kevin Owens. Who was Mojo alluding to? Like Kevin Owens said, there's many who could fit in that list. There are many enemies that Kevin Owens has made on SmackDown Live, and there are many, many people who that one could be. We can allude to it as much as we want, and I think it would just be better off just getting the answer, to be honest. But nevertheless, we begin here tonight with the Black Heart in the bank in the arena. Tommaso Ciampa gearing up for one-on-one action. As we wait to see what he'll do in the ring here tonight. It's going to be a fairly easy win for him, a bit of a walkover. He's going up against Kurt Hawkins, so don't put your hopes on a Tommaso Ciampa loss, because that's not going to be happening here tonight. Ciampa just wants to get in the ring, do some damage, and be on his way as soon as possible. And he comes out of the gates right away, looking to do just that. Big boot from the Black Heart. And it doesn't look like it's going to be a fun evening here for Kurt Hawkins. It looks like it's going to be one of suffering. It looks like he's going to be one that he will want to forget pretty soon. Knee in the corner there by Ciampa as he just goes straight to work here. Look at him just stomping away here repeatedly at Hawkins, showing no remorse as he stomps into his chest. To the surprise of no one, I think this has been all Ciampa thus far. Coming in with German suplexes galore for Hawkins to endure right now. Punishing Hawkins in this moment. This is why he is called the Black Heart. This is why he has that briefcase. Because he takes no risks, he takes no liberties, and he enjoys punishing people. Each and every time he steps into that ring. Cloverleaf locked in here. Hawkins may have to tap out. He's trying to crawl to make the ropes. Will he make them in time? He will. But all that's going to do is subjugate him to more punishment at the hands of Ciampa. But Hawkins trying to open up with some shots here. Ciampa just as quickly puts the brakes on that one, though. In the corner now. Oh, this isn't going to end well for him, is it? Exploder suplex in the corner from Ciampa. You can already stick a fork in this one being over. Ciampa in, using the knee brace to hit that knee trembler. And only one move awaits. The fairy tale ending comes down on Hawkins. Tommaso Ciampa wins with ease. This is why he is Mr. Money in the Bank. This is why he has that briefcase. This is why he will take any liberty for victory. And this is why, whatever world champion you are keeping a close eye on this man. Tommaso Ciampa is dangerous. He is victorious. And he is seeking his time to cash in and not only make himself Black Heart in the Bank, but make himself a world champion. We are moving on here this evening, though, to our next contest of the evening. Moving on from that one to the women's division here. We already know, of course, that Paige and Asuka will be squaring off one-on-one against the other. And we at Fastlane for the SmackDown Women's Championship. But right now it's about the other talents in this women's division. I think SmackDown Live, in all fairness, has been taking a look at what Raw's been producing these last few weeks and what we saw as well last night from the Red brand on Monday Night Raw. And realizing that they may have to do things a little bit differently in this women's division. Because the reality is, Raw's division is hectic, it is chaotic, it is just bulging with talent. It is bursting with talent from every seam that it has. SmackDown's is a little bit more run-of-the-mill, I think the best way of saying it is. It's a little bit more calm, there's a little bit less character to it as well. So that's what we're getting to see here tonight in the SmackDown Women's Division. It's all about the big names, it's not about Paige, it's not about Asuka, Becky Lynch, the Riot Squad, etc., etc. It's about those talents who are on the brand we haven't seen an awful lot of in recent memory. Sasha Banks will go one-on-one against Mandy Rose here tonight to try and prove that point across. Coming up to the ring right now, Mandy Rose accompanied by Sonya Deville. The last time we saw these two in any real strong manner was back at Judgment Day when they teamed alongside Smackdown Women's Champion Paige to go up against the Riot Squad on that evening. They picked up the win. Now, with Paige as Smackdown Women's Champion, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville back to them to do what they need to do in this division, and maybe back to trying to get themselves towards that title as well. Sonya had an impressive performance a few weeks ago against Asuka. Now it's Mandy's turn to try and impress here. God's greatest creation, as she calls herself. Will she be able to topple the boss here tonight, though, in Albany, and leave with victory? It's a matter that we're going to be finding out in just a few moments' time, I believe. But right now, ready to go here. Both women looking for this big win. Both women looking for the opportunity to showcase themselves. And maybe to show that SmackDown Women's Division is not all about the ones at the very tip top. That everyone can have an opportunity to shine. We see it on Raw. Every woman on that division is getting their chance to shine, getting their opportunity in the sunlight. SmackDown Live, it may be in their best interest to do the same as well. But even if we have that Women's Championship match coming up in just over a week's time at Fastlane. Nice combo tie-up stop there. Mandy Rose slipped her way out from that armbar. Now she reverses the Irish whip here. Look out, hip toss, takes Sasha Banks down. Big kick in the back there. Sasha Banks able to fight back right away, back up to a vertical basis is the boss, and here we go now. Banks and Mandy colliding. Oh, look for a flying clothesline maybe. Mandy countered. Small package roll up, looking for the surprise win over Sasha Banks. Banks able to get her shoulder up right in time and prevent that from being the move that put her away there, preventing Mandy from getting an upset win, a surprise win at that as well. But Mandy right now still in control here, bending the back of Sasha Banks over her knee there. Quite a punishing hold to find yourself within. Mandy Rose looking to do her best to impress here, show she's more than just a pretty face in the SmackDown Women's Division. Against, if you had to ask me, perhaps one of the finest talents in the SmackDown Women's Division. Sasha Banks now, here she comes, Meteora there! Knees driving Mandy Rose down into the mat, covers made, legs are hooked, it's two though. Impressive move from Sasha Banks as the momentum now swings in the favor of the Boston native. Not that far away, of course, from her hometown. Maybe a few have made the travel from Boston to Albany to see Sasha Banks in action here tonight. In the turnbuckle, big flying forearm from Mandy Rose there. Oh, what a move from Mandy! What a move from Mandy Rose! Face first into the mat. Don't think I've ever seen anything like it, but it doesn't get the win. Sonya Deville watching on there. That could have been three. Not close enough though. Oh, nice counter there by Sasha Banks at a necessary moment. Huge knee in the side of the head as well. Mandy Rose might have been looking for a finishing maneuver there. Sasha Banks came up with the necessary counter. Huge shining wizard followed up after it in the corner now. Hard chop in the chest. Look, yeah, what will Sasha Banks do here? Corkscrew, arm drag. Neck crank follows up as well. Sasha Banks now putting the pieces together, looking to seal victory here. May have Mandy rocked against the ropes. This is a mistake now. Banks statement locked in, but Mandy way in the ropes there. Mistake made by Sasha Banks. She underestimated how far she would drag her over there, and that allowed Mandy Rose in with the opportunity to take control. Reverse sidewalk slam on Sasha Banks now. Look out here, what's Mandy going to do? You're trapped in between the legs, and the head driven into the mat. Mandy Rose. Again, she looks for the upset win. Roll up here on Sasha Banks. Oh, it only produces a one count though. Not enough to put the boss away. But Mandy Rose certainly impressing. Doing her best to take the fight to Sasha Banks right now and try and put her away. Suplex back in the ring. Sasha stuffs it. Sends her to the ropes there. Banks heading up to the top rope now. Mandy Rose in trouble. Frog splash from Sasha Banks. And Banks incoming with a big bulldog onto Mandy Rose, just doing all that she can here to put the pieces together. And to try and put this match away for a big win for herself. She'll wrap the arms around the neck and connect with Bankrupt. Could that be enough here to finish off Mandy Rose? Leg is hooked. Kick out of 2. Mandy certainly refusing to go down without a fight here in this contest. Oh, Sasha Banks, though, seems to have learnt from her mistake. Dragging her further away from the ropes, which she will end up by. And now, the backstabber rolls her over into the bank statement. This time, she's nowhere near the ropes. Mandy Rose locked in the hold, locked in the bank statement, and taps out. Sasha Banks leaves with victory. Mandy Rose was more than willing to test her the whole way. But Banks gets the win. And a big, important win as well. A necessary win for the boss and for the Smackdown Women's Division. Coming out of Fastlane. Moving on here, straight into the next contest. We are just putting those matches together right now. This one, a very interesting contest in many ways. Robert Roode going to get the opportunity here to go one-on-one against Damian Priest. You hear the Albany crowd singing along as well with Robert Roode as he makes his way out here. A few weeks ago, of course, this man had the chance to become the #1 contender for the WWE Championship in that triple threat contest. Unfortunately, he was the one pinned in that triple threat contest, but go to sleep connected by CM Punk on Robert Roode. Cover was made and Punk ended up going to Fastlane. Of course, we all saw that controversy last week as well surrounding the end to the main event. And the Originals getting involved in what was, up until that point, a great main event between CM Punk and Finn Balor. Sadly, for Balor's sake anyway, he will not be going to Fastlane to add himself to that WWE Championship match. It remains Kazuchika Okada versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship. Neither man in the building here tonight, both being given the week off by SmackDown General Manager Christian James to train, to prepare, to get ready for that contest at Fastlane. Certainly going to be a big contest as well, a dream match in so many ways, and I am so looking forward to seeing what it produces, what it brings to the table for us. As for right now, we are focused on Robert Roode and Damian Priest about to do battle here. Sanity, of course, have had their own focus in the past few weeks, and really when I mean Sanity, I mean Eric Young, because he has had to have his focus set on none other than Brian Cage. Of course, we know that at Fastlane, Cage and Eric Young will meet in a one-on-one contest. Eric Young is here tonight. He wasn't here last week when Sanity was in tag team action, but he's here tonight for this performance. The question is, if he is here, is the machine here as well? Is Brian Cage gonna come from under the ring maybe, or blitz down that ramp, or come through the crowd and go after Eric Young once again? He's already decimated him once. Could he be on his way to decimating him again? He's decimated him twice even. Could he be on his way to decimating him a third time on our way to Fastlane? Maybe that is why Eric Young will come out tonight with all the heavy forces. Not only himself accompanying Priest, but Killian Dane at ringside as well for this matter. Sanity coming out to the ring at full force. Priest, of course, is the one who we're going to be focusing on in this matchup. Priest is the one who's been improving exponentially in that ring, getting better and better every time we see him. And every tag match he's in, he's really impressing. He's really doing a number on his opponents. It's a shame sometimes that Sanity has to come out with a loss in those matches because of the hard work that Damian Priest does put into them each and every time. He's able to put up that big fight. And it makes you think, how was Sanity slacking? They were the most dominant team we've ever seen on NXT, and they've arrived to SmackDown Live. They arrived with a bang at first, and that bang has kind of just faded. It's just, there's nothing really anymore in that aspect. Is Eric Young too focused on this whole hardcore match of his? And Brian Cage now to be focused on the success of Sanity? Is Killian Dane not making his performances count in the ring, whereas Damian Priest is doing all that he can to secure a victory? If you had to ask me right now, there's only one guy who's performing to his standard in Sanity, and that is Damian Priest. Dane is way below the radar from what we saw him on NXT. Eric Young is too incensed with his own ideals to focus on Sanity as a whole. I'm not saying there's going to be trouble in the waters of sanity. I'm not saying they're going to be breaking up anytime soon. What I am saying is that things need to turn around for sanity, and they need to turn around fast. For their own sake. And there is every chance here tonight for Damian Priest to really turn things around for sanity's sake and really show why I am big on this guy as he goes up against Robert Roode here tonight. Roode, of course, will be looking to succeed with a win here in this contest. Will be looking to bounce back from that triple threat matchup. Showcase that the Glorious One has not lost what brought him to the dance in that triple threat match. Smackdown over a few weeks ago. Close down in the corner there on Priest. Priest, of course, the heavier of the two. Taller of the two as well. A little bit of an uphill battle for Robert Roode, but he is incredibly well versed in that ring. He knows what he wants to hit, and he hits it well. But will he be able to have a response to the power game that Damian Priest will be bringing to the table? Backbreaker from Priest early on. Priest now looking to maintain control here in the turnbuckle. Goes Robert Roode, comes stumbling out from it and into the path of a suplex in some ways. Just dumping him into the mat there. But Robert Roode coming back with hard shots here. Look at this from Roode now. Clubbing away. Rolling cutter on Priest. Takes the big man off his feet. Robert Roode in the corner of sanity. Risky place to be, but he'll look to fly. Went for the knees. But no one was home on that one. Look out. Good. Bomb there. Had the arms locked in. Bombed him into the mat. Drove him into the mat and almost got a 3 count with it. Damian Priest almost putting things away. Priest showcasing his talent in this ring right now. Roode, though, showing that he still isn't fading here. Spear from Roode. Big opening made for the potential here for Robert Roode. Off the ropes into a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker now by Roode. Putting the pieces together. Trying to bring victory. Damian Priest, though, with a hard blow to suggest otherwise. Big boot. Takes him off his feet as well. Roode moves out of the way, though. It's amazing to see how much punishment Robert Roode can take and how quickly he can fight back as well. Oh! Throw first into the top rope, but here's Eric Young. Eric Young getting involved. Priest from behind. Saito suplex dumps him on his head. Damian Priest taking full advantage of the distraction there. Sanity working well, and I have to give credit as well. Eric Young working well in that moment, creating that opening for Priest, but Roode still isn't fading. He's still fighting here. Look at this now. Roode in. Brilliant Death Valley driver for Roode. Leg is hooked, cover's made, but wow. It says a lot about the strength of Damian Priest from to kick out at one. Chinlock applied here. Priest close to the ropes, his foot is, but I don't think he realizes. And I think he's at full extension anyway, but it doesn't matter. Priest powers his way out and a shoulder charge. Taking Roode off his feet there. Damian Priest just doing what is needed of him in this contest thus far, it has to be said. Robert Roode, though, trying to take away Priest, realizing he's at his disadvantage and doing what he needs to, essentially, to leave with the win. Roode might be looking for the spine buster. Priest wasn't interested. Came in there with that STO as a follow-up. And Roode is in yet more trouble. Not looking good for him right now. German suplex from Priest. And I think that was Eric Young sliding the steel chair into the ring there. And again he has him locked in to drive him into the mat. Traps the arms as he slams him down. Oh no, Priest looking to end it. South of heaven. It connects out of the blue. Damian Priest covers here. Damian Priest has beaten Robert Roode. A big win for Priest there. Oh no, here he comes. Brian Cage with a chair to Dame and a chair to EY. They saw him coming. They removed their coats. They were ready for the fight. But Cage taking them down with the chair. Running into the ring. Oh no. Oh no. Priest got the hell out of Dodge as soon as he could. And that means Robert Roode has to endure The drill claw! Brian Cage decimates yet more names. Priest leaves on his own 2 feet. The machine runs rampant again. What a big match made there for Fastlane. AJ Styles and Finn Balor agreeing that it is time to end it. It is time to finish this off. It is time to close this out, maybe the way it should have been closed out all along with All Out War. We will see AJ Styles and the Originals against Finn Balor and whoever he's having by his side. Balor said to watch out for who's in this contest up next. Yeah, I think I know who he's on about. I think I know who Finn Balor's referring to. And it's not American Alpha. Actually, for American Alpha, this is a bit of a somber note for them. Yeah, run-of-the-mill backstage is that this is the final tag team match for American Alpha. Rumor has it one of these guys is going to be traded from Smackdown Live soon. And so as a result of that, American Alpha will compete for the final time. And they're going to compete against the guys who I think Balor was on about. The 5-time tag team champions. The best tag team in the world. The Good Brothers. If AJ Styles wanted help to fight against the Originals, he would not only turn to people he knew from years ago, but those who understand the likes of Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, and Bad Luck Fale. He meant Gallows and Anderson. And though it may be the swan song here for American Alpha, it is certainly the reality for AJ Styles to set in that this is the side who opposes him at Fastlane. That's what Finn Balor said. That's what he meant when he said they've had their fair share of run-ins. Because they most certainly have. The Good Brothers, of course, took those titles away from the Guerrillas of Destiny on SmackDown Live quite a few weeks ago now. And it looks as if they're going to stand by Finn Balor's side one more time at Fastlane to go up against the Originals. As for right now, though, they have to get set in the ring. They have to do their business against American Alpha, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. Like I said, the rumor has it one of these guys is going to be traded from this brand. So I wonder which one that will be, who's going to be making the switch from SmackDown Live to either ECW or Monday Night Raw. As for right now, I don't imagine they're going to be focused on that one. They're going to instead be focused on what's going on in the ring here. And that is right now Carl Anderson in control of Chad Gable. Nice drop kick from Carl Anderson, and now wrenching in that chin lock. Locking it in slightly there, just doing the damage that is necessary. Carl Anderson now sends it into the turnbuckle. Tag is made here. Into the big man, Luke Gallows in. Look out here. Sent into that big boot. Vicious big boot from Luke Gallows as well on that one. Hard back elbow. Chad Gable stumbles up against the ropes. In comes Gable with a response though. Look at him getting in some shots now. Forearms on the big man, not taking him off his feet. That forearm certainly will though. Luke Gallows comes off his feet there. Gable fired up. And look at the tag team work for American Alpha. Former NXT and World Tag Team Champions. Working well in that moment. Jason Jordan read what needed to happen. Made it happen. And opened a window there for the Good Brothers to be on the back foot and for American Alpha to maybe take control. Keyword there was maybe. Both men, though, showing great respect there as they return to the ring instead of doing their business on the outside. Russian leg sweep from Chad Gable there, nicely done. Gable now sends him into the turnbuckle. What will happen here? Tag is made. Jason Jordan, the legal man. Let's see what the heavier, the stronger of American Alpha can do here. I imagine they would love to go out with one last win under their belt, and especially over the most successful team in the history of this universe. And arguably the greatest as well. Look out now, Gallows. Oh! Shoulder gut buster there on Jason Jordan as he put him away here. 2 count. And we've already had so much talk about heading into Fastlane as well, with the now announcement that AJ Styles and Finn Balor will have what we hope to be their final chapter against one another in that 6-man tag match. And of course, with the strength of Jason Jordan there though, and of course, Kevin Owens and Mojo Rawley to do battle as well. Pretty sure that may result in a stacked card for Fastlane. I'm not 100% certain, but what I do know, of course, is that coming up next we will find out who will be facing Jay White for the Intercontinental title. Tag is made, though. In comes Carl Anderson. There was some great strength showcased there from Jason Jordan in that moment. He wasn't able to capitalize on it fully. Carl Anderson now the legal man. Jason Jordan making the slow crawl. Carl Anderson tried to stop him, almost as if he was in a world of his own briefly there. Gable, the legal man now. In he comes. Dropkick forearm. And oh, missed with that dropkick there. Almost like he was an inch short on it. Carl Anderson tried to follow up, couldn't. That time, Gable gets the dropkick on the third. And the second time of asking, rather. Chad Gable, incoming now. Double underhook suplex. Great verticality on it. Looked as precise as he wanted it to be, but still, he can't keep Carl Anderson down. Anderson now backing up to the turnbuckle. Tag made. Luke Gallows comes in here. Good Brothers doing work. 5-time tag team champions for a reason. Oh, look who's watching on. Look who's got an eye on this. Finn Balor made him suddenly pay attention to the screen and see just what he's got to deal with next Sunday at Fastlane. What he's got to put up with all that's going on in the ring right now. Question may well be, who will AJ Styles have by his side in that match? Backslide driver by Gable. Oh. So close to leaving with one final celebratory point for American Alpha. Counter made there by Gallows. In he comes with a DDT. Right down on the head there. Jason Jordan hoping, clamoring for that tag to be made, but it's not happening. Gable in a world of trouble right now, and it doesn't look to be getting any easier for him either. Gable coming back though, forearm in the face. Gable trying to rile up the crowd here in Albany. Gallows missed with that back elbow, and Gable was there at his time of need to take advantage. Huge leaping clothesline, takes Gallows off his feet here. Oh, that forearm counter though. And Gallows comes in with a big boot. Again, Jason Jordan wants the tag. Nothing though that Gable can do. Gallows stopping him right away. Fireman's carry, flapjack. And unfortunately, it may well be the case that American Alpha's last dance as a tag team ends in bitter defeat. The tag is made to Carl Anderson. The Magic Killer connects. And the end has arrived for American Alpha. victory for the Good Brothers. American Alpha ends with a sour chapter. But the Good Brothers roll on to Fastlane. And to their six-man tag, they will stand alongside Finn Balor one more time to take on the Originals. That is going to be a chaotic walk-up Fastlane. That will be the decider in this rivalry, once and for all. Coming up for us next week, ladies and gentlemen, fresh from the desk of Christian James, Mojo Rawley will go one-on-one against Sami Zayn next week on Smackdown Live. And friend looking out for a friend next week, but as for tonight, it's our main event here in Albany. It is time to decide who will face Jay White for the Intercontinental title of Fastlane. It is Dean Ambrose against Marty Scurll here this evening. We saw it last week. Scurll came out following White's victory over Riddle, assisted by Scurll, though Jay White certainly didn't want the assist in that matchup. Talked to him backstage after it, and he said that, you know, when you're in that ring, you have to do whatever it takes to win. But he wished that it didn't end that way. He really did. He felt he apologized to Riddle after the match as well for it ending that way, especially because we were on for a really great match between them. But we saw after the match Scurll running his mouth, saying that, you know, he introduced himself as the villain and the next Intercontinental champion. Dean Ambrose appeared backstage and said, you can't just beat me up one week and suddenly think that you deserve the opportunity at the Intercontinental title. Ambrose wanted the chance. Christian James made it official right in that moment that these two men would meet here tonight for the number one contendership, and here we are clashing one-on-one as we head towards Fastlane. Jay White about to find out his number one contender. I know the Switchblade is in the building, and I know he's going to be watching this one very closely indeed, because his next number one contender is standing in that ring. The question is, who will it be? Will it be Marty Scurll, or will it be Dean Ambrose? Ambrose already a former Intercontinental champion in this universe. Marty Scurll, two-time world champion, of course. Already had quite a tenure here on SmackDown Live since arriving over in the draft earlier this year. Challenged for the WWE Championship on 2 occasions. Kazuchika Okada finally got one over on him on the second match, though, even though the ball was against the Rainmaker in that one. Marty Scurll, though, looking to get that opportunity at Jay White here tonight, and of course to do that he's going to have to take apart Dean Ambrose here. He's going to have to beat him, he's going to have to hurt him, and then of course he's going to have to celebrate the fact that his arm could be raised in victory and he could be taking on Jay White at Fastlane. The bell rings and we are underway for our main event of the evening here, and Ambrose wasting little time. Remember back to SmackDown Live 2 weeks ago, Marty Scurll jumped the barricade and assaulted Dean Ambrose, laid him out in the ring with the Black Plague, and that certainly has been remembered in the mind of Ambrose. Sleeper hold locked in here for Marty Scurll now. And Scurll doing a good job early on here, trying to wear down Ambrose, trying to put the hurt on him. Jawbreaker early on there from Ambrose, gets himself out of that sleeper hold, a precursor in many ways, of course, to the crossface chicken wing. Being locked in there as Ambrose goes back to work there with that backbreaker though. Ambrose now putting the pieces together, doing what's necessary to get the early control in this contest. Good counter made there by Marty Scurll, and he unloads with a good few forearms as well. Scurll, of course, has absolutely no respect for anyone not named Marty Scurll, but the reality is as well, in that ring, he has showcased on many occasions why he's worthy of being a two-time world champion. Look out now, looking for the slam down there. Great counter by Ambrose, slips his way out of the hold. Saito suplex incoming from Dean Ambrose there. Super kick, oh, nailed him with it. Absolutely nailed him with it, did Marty Scurll. Now Scurll now turning the momentum around. Control going the way of the villain. Comes in with the snap DDT though, and Ambrose leg is hooked, covers made. Is Marty Skill going to Fastlane? Not to be the case. 1 count though, but it's Skill's contest right now. Controlling the tempo, and of course, more importantly, controlling Dean Ambrose as he slams him into the mat there. Raking the boot across the face of the Lunatic Fringe right now. And Marty Skill just looking to control Dean Ambrose however best possible. Really, the early indications are showing that Skill is looking for the tap out here because he's working over the head of Ambrose a lot. But Ambrose will use his head as a weapon as well. Another jawbreaker gets him free. Headlock driver, the old variation of Dirty Deeds. Ambrose, though, going right back to work after it. Skill denying him the chance to keep control going. James suplex incoming. No, Ambrose gets himself out of it. Greater evasion there from Ambrose to get out of that hold. Look out now, incoming. Oh! What a lariat from Ambrose, spilling them to the outside there. Ambrose in control now, and sending Skill into the barricade. Brutal run into the barricade there for Skill to endure. Of course, the outside would favor the Lunatic Fringe that bit more. And as we come back in the ring, Ambrose now with control, with the leg hooked, fisherman suplex, got him, doesn't go for the cover though. Oh, he will go for a submission. Dragon Sleeper applied to a Marty Skill. Could the villain tap out? Will the villain bring himself to submit to this hold? Not quite. Knees his way out from it. And in the corner now, he's looking to send Dean Ambrose. He'll get that. Just what he wants. And look at him now. Stomping a mud hole into Dean Ambrose's chest. The villain living up to his namesake with offense like that. Look out now. Ushigoroshi from Skill follows it up with a neck crank. That's been added to Skill's arsenal recently, and it has provided a good opportunity for Skill to put away some matches. Almost put this one away as well. Man, these guys were not waiting around in this main event. They weren't going to waste any time. They were looking to go right after one another. Skill will look for the tap out again here. Figure 4 is locked in on Dean Ambrose. Could the Lunatic Fringe tap out to the wrath of the figure 4? Skill's got it locked in tight here. Ambrose nowhere near the ropes. Oh, but Ambrose knows the counter to it, turns it around, puts the pressure down on Skill instead, and breaks his way out from the hold. But it's Skill who's in control there. Ambrose got back up to his feet, but it didn't look like he was able to keep control going. Look out now. Uh-oh. Head first into the mat. Oh, what a dangerous landing that is. Skill now in the turnbuckle. And he will drive the head of Ambrose. He's doing all that he can to set up for that chicken wing. He is doing everything possible to ensure the submission victory here tonight. He doesn't seem to be interested in the Black Plague. He seems to only be interested in the submission, in the chicken wing. Ambrose there tactically rolling out of the ring, trying to create separation between himself and Skill. Not happening though. Skill lay in wait on the apron and came down with the elbow drop. Pinpoint on the head of Ambrose. And now this time on the outside, it's Skill who has control. Dumping Ambrose down to the barricade, rib first, right in the top of it. That padding does not give you any support, that's for certain. Skill now, cover made, thinking he's put away Ambrose here, thinking he's going to Fastlane. Ambrose saying, not quite. Still got work to do if you want to finish me off. Marty Skill would have liked for that to have been the end, but maybe this could be. Chicken wing. The crossface chicken wing is locked in. Skill has it applied. Ambrose dangerously close to the ropes, but he's not in them. Could Ambrose tap out here? After all the work done on the head, Ambrose says no. Great fight from the Lunatic Fringe though. Ambrose refusing to give in that moment. Off the ropes. Skill comes back with a counter right away. Oh no, not again. Driving him head first into the mat. And there is blood on Ambrose. And Skill sees it. He sees it as an open wound. He sees it as a band-aid that he's just ripped off, because now with a bloody face, Skill will go to work on that open wound, and he is doing everything he can to worsen the blood flow. Oh, look at it now. The face of Dean Ambrose quickly turning into a crimson mask here. And Skill doing all that he can to open the wound, maybe even try and get a referee stoppage in this one. He really is the villain. He really lives up to every bit of that namesake. In the corner now, Ambrose looks out on his feet. Up on the top rope, I think I know what Skill has in mind here. It's going to be the bird of prey. He will connect with it. Bird of prey on Ambrose. Covers made. Will it be? There's 3. No. Not to be the case. Shoulder up in time from Ambrose, in the nick of time as well. But Skill has this match in the palm of his hands now. Oh, maybe not. Ambrose coming back there, gets the forearm. But he isn't done there. Another forearm and a bulldog will follow up after it. Ambrose still somehow fighting on here. Bloodied or not, the Lunatic Fringe is not giving in. Neckbreaker connects. And Ambrose, from the clutches of defeat, will look for victory, will look for dirty deeds. Oh, it's countered. Skill countered it. And he goes right back to opening that wound. Raising the open wound now into the ropes. Sickening. You can only imagine what the pain would be like. Ambrose now comes in with a huge clothesline. And Ambrose is fired up. The Lunatic Fringe finding the fire beneath him. Remembering what Skill did 2 weeks ago. Remembering the opportunity in front of him for Fastlane. Ambrose coming in hot. Has Skill now by his head and looking to drag him here. Up against the rope. Ambrose has something in mind here. Oh, forearm shot there. Look out. Lunatic Lariat. Open the door for Ambrose and he'll let himself in. He'll kick down the door rather. Skill counters though. Oh, step up enziguri from Skill. Perfect. Picture perfect with it as well. Ambrose had his guard down for a moment and Skill took full advantage. Suplex now. Marty Skill standing over Dean Ambrose that may have given his very last bit to try and win this match. Skill will look for the chicken wing again. This time, Ambrose breaks it. Ambrose breaks free. Back suplex. Face buster. Ambrose broke free as it looked like he might have been done. Dean Ambrose not fading here. He sees the chance. He sees the glory in front of him. Marty Skill could have bet on that being the end, but the Lunatic Fringe not letting the villain hold one over on him. Missile drop kick now from Ambrose. Bringing him in again. Fisherman suplex. Could Ambrose be one move away? Can he pull it off? Yeah. Skill was one move short. Ambrose is one move away. Dirty deeds. Dirty deeds. DDT. 1, 2. Dean Ambrose is going to Fastlane. Ambrose is the #1 contender to that man's title. Jay White watching on as Ambrose celebrates his win. It will be Switchblade versus Lunatic Fringe. It will be Ambrose versus White for the Intercontinental title.